Yeah. Well, when you find something good, you want to share it. You know.
You know, who gets to say what's graffiti and what's a mural? Who gets to say what's art and what's vandalism?
Just do it. You know, if you're scared to try it, do it. Because everything in life that scares you is what's worth doing.
Grab a skateboard and get it.
I think in a space like a skate park, you're celebrating the physical body, you're celebrating movement, and you're celebrating freedom and empowerment, because this is a space where it's been created for the purpose of skating, which a lot of times you see signs that says "do not skate here," or people are using spaces that weren't designed, like a stairwell, that weren't designed for skating. And so I think that inherent punk value in taking spaces that weren't made for skating and then using them, there's a lot of rebelliousness in that. There's a lot of standing up for the autonomy of the individual.
There's people from all walks of life that the cool thing about skateboarding is anybody can fall in love with it, anybody can enjoy it, and it brings together people who normally wouldn't be friends.
I like falling down. I feel like I'm more of a faller than I am a skater, and it's fun to take risks and to just like kind of go fast on a wheelie board and then like jump a little gap or something. That's the extent of my skateboard skill. And I also just love seeing people skate that are really good at it. It takes a lot of skill and effort and practice.
I think it's another alternative way that an individual can find a way to express themselves and be part of something. And yeah, that's what it did for me. It was a form of expression, and you know, there's several different ways that somebody can find that, but skateboarding is another alternative that should be available in a community.
I think that anything that we could have in our towns that would allow children a gateway, children, young adults even, are good for the community. I see the skate park has now been having some punk shows and things like that, and I think that is very good for the, you know, just clean fun. You know what I mean? I'm an advocate of recovery myself. I'm in recovery from drugs and alcohol, and I think that if we can have things that direct people to do anything but party is cool.
In, I don't know, maybe 2006 or 2007, there was a group of young people that, you know, there was this thing that I feel like every generation says of like, there ain't nothing to do around here, you know? And instead of just sitting around saying there ain't nothing to do around here and leaving, this group of young people, they pushed really hard for there to be some sort of a recreation effort in the area. And one part of that was the skate park. They pushed really hard for that.
Skate parks are so important because they get people out of the house, they get them moving, gets them around friends, around their community, you know, gets them out. Skate parks are especially good for younger people because adolescents need places to hang out that are not fully dominated by adults, or even, I mean, it's a place that all ages can come to together. Nobody's going to get judged for being in a skate park, no matter what age you are. And it's right next to an elementary school. So we're kind of elementary and middle.
So it's especially helpful for these kids.
Throughout the years, for the past maybe like 6 or 7 years, I've noticed it kind of going into disrepair, and, you know, people putting inappropriate symbols and graffiti on the park with Sharpies, and I'd come by, or scratch things into the ramp, and I'd come by and with my blue spray paint and cover it up. But, you know, with anything, you got to start with what you got. You got to start from somewhere, and here I'm starting out with just spray paint and stencils and people that I know, and hopefully it brings attention to how much we care about the place and what we really believe that it could be.
This is a great project. It's getting a lot of people who are really young together doing something for the community in a community that doesn't have a lot done for it. A lot of the help that we get just comes from inside, and the skate park needs art and people around it to keep it alive. Because if people aren't using it, it's just going to get overgrown. There's not going to be, you know, people are going to be doing other things with their time that are less productive, less, I mean, people so much these days are staying inside. They're on their phones. They're in this area. There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of things like that. And people don't really, they don't get out. They stay inside and they feel hopeless. But getting out, getting the sunshine, and getting together, making a stronger community will just, it'll just strengthen the entire area.
If you guys start saying, no, our skate park has murals, that's its own impact. Because most of the time people think of a skate park and they do think of, you know, swastikas being etched on with chalk.
People use graffiti as a way to get their message out there. And sometimes these messages aren't good ones, but for us, we're trying to show that the community is being cared for and that there are people here that, that want to see it beautiful and taken care of and not filled with hate or just used as a dump or anything like that. I mean, there's a ton of independent artists that come together and make the world a better place, make it more beautiful.
And it brings together people who normally wouldn't be friends. You know, you got like your really like jock kind of guy who happens to be a skateboarder, you know, and then like really kind of like dorky type quiet kid, you know, and then you got just all kinds of different people. Like I mean, at the skate park, you'll see 10-year-olds skateboarding with like 20-year-olds, and everybody's having fun. And I can't think of any other type of activity where there's such diversity and unity. And I think if some parents and people who had the wrong perception of skateboarding and skate culture, I think they'd be surprised to see how diverse it really is. Because even as long as I've been skateboarding, it still like blows my mind. And yeah, it skateboarding brings together all kinds of different people, and I think that's a very beautiful thing.
This type of graffiti is really important because of it encourages people to not draw over it and create worse things on top of it. Because when there's actual art there, people don't want to graffiti over the art. They want to keep it nice and pristine. So if you make actual artwork instead of just hate symbols, yeah, and things like that. More and more this place is filled up, this place being the earth, is filled up with just parking lots and pavement and cement. And I'd rather see it filled with artists' work and color of any kind.
I think having accessible art is important because it keeps the youth interested in something more positive other than, you know, going down a wrong path, so to speak, because in small towns like this, there's not a lot for kids to do. So I think trying to find any positive avenue that we can would be super beneficial to really everybody, not just the youth, but everybody in general. The world needs more artists. We need more creatives. We need just more positivity. We need people that are willing to think and push the bounds and just try and just be different. I think if artists had more local places to showcase their art, you would really get to see how creative this place is. You know, I get lucky. I get lucky where I work because I get to see, you know, all of the different artists that really do live in our area. A lot of people come here just to see the art, showcase their art, talk about their art. I think if we had more places for them to put their art, it'd be awesome. Because that's one thing about this place. It is so creative, so artistic. You know, whether it's actual art, as far as like brushes and a canvas, pencils and paper, or if it's music, this is a very artistic place, a very creative place. I'm gonna go work this 9 to 5, da-da-da-da-da, and it doesn't set you on fire and it doesn't light a fire under you. It's not what you need to be putting your time into. So, even if your friends are saying, oh, don't skate, it's not cool anymore, da-da-da-da-da, do it. Try it. Get out there, get your hands dirty. Just live a life.
Really, I'm nothing without people beside me, like shoulder to shoulder. I'm just a person, but together with other people, we're like a front, you know? We're a formation of people, and when we stand shoulder to shoulder, we can get a lot done.